G'day guys, my name's Josh, you can call me Jaboodle, and welcome back to 7 Days to Die, where we're back in Alpha 20 and back in Jaboodle Park to build and test another Horde Night base. I have no idea what this one's going to be called yet, that is future Josh's problem, but basically, it's taking advantage of something that I noticed when I was building this levitating corridor in the last video I did. The zombies now, with their new nerfs they have put onto them, now congregate underneath the pillar you're standing on, like just here, a lot. If you build this levitating device here with two back-to-back sheets, or plates, or bars, or any slimline block, the zombies will congregate under here and have a big old cuddle. And I said in that video, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if you could just drop a Molotov down there and kill them all? So now, I've come back to drop a Molotov down there and see if we can kill them all. I don't know how it's going to work just yet, but I think maybe like a big pit in the ground might be the goal. Get as many zombies as possible in as big a group as possible, so one Molotov can do as much damage as possible. Make like the most efficient Molotov base that you possibly can. Imagine being able to wipe out an entire horde with one Molotov. I wonder if that's possible. That's my new goal. As always with these things, even though I am using like God mode tools and creative tools, I'm not just going to go run away with it and build something that's not buildable in survival. Still has to exist in the game, but just taking advantage of the time-saving tools that are available to me. So I'm just going to clear out a bit of a block like that. How wide do I actually want it to be? So what my idea is, I want to have like a big pit with a base kind of up the top that's supported by those levitating blocks. I'm also going to support it from the sides with some spokes, but I'll get to that later. But I want a big, nice, even pit down into the ground. So I should really measure this out before I get carried away. So how wide are you? In fact, there's probably an easy way to do it. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, geez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is never going to work. I can't count. This is not going to work for me. With the help of some quick maths, I've counted out 15 blocks out to there. So it would be 15 wide by 15 long. So a nice square divot in the ground. And only gone down to the stone layer, which is about 6 blocks down as well, which should give me a pretty nice foothold to work from. I want to follow that line all the way out to there. Keep going, keep going. That looks like that's gonna work. Yep, that looks good to me. Gonna have to use the inferior block replacement tool. I missed the K menu, but at least I have this thing now. Oh, should have got rid of those first, but that's alright. Get rid of them now. Although, now that I have the hole, I don't think that looks deep enough for me. Because what I really want, I want it to be a nice big chasm. Not too deep, not down to bedrock. Just deep enough that I can have the zombies milling around below me that they can't get out of. So I think maybe even a couple more blocks further down than this. It's not too much further to go. I'll figure out what looks right to me, just kind of eyeball it, and then count out how deep it is later. I think I've gone one too far. This is 7 blocks deep, and it looks to me just like it's a little bit too deep. Not that that would actually matter. You can make it this deep and it wouldn't actually change any functional purpose. But I guess it's not too bad, because what I did want to do anyway, would have been quick if I didn't get rid of the floor, was add in a nice blocked bottom down the bottom here. I could just leave it as sandstone. That would be fine. But I just want to really make sure that this doesn't have any weird hiccups later on down the road, because the last thing I want is to trap a bunch of zombies down here and then find like there's some gravel or something that's hidden in the ground and start tunneling away from where I don't want them to be. So to make sure this is all nice and uniform, all nice and the same, I can predict the outcome a little bit better. I know this is a lot of blocks. I normally try and build much more efficiently, use as little resources as possible, but this isn't too much of an ask. Maybe not for like the first week, but a couple weeks in, especially if you have multiple people, this should be a cinch. Took a bit of time, but I now have a concrete lined hole in the ground. Look how great my creation is. I have a pit with a floor. But I am going to use my block replacement tool to quickly grab you, copy the concrete cube, and just replace the outer ring of this hole with concrete blocks. Because we know from past experience, building horizontally off sand, terrible idea. In fact, I'll see if I can quickly show you what I mean by that. I can stick a concrete block onto them, but one further block out, not gonna happen. Not gonna bloody happen. So rather than go down that path of sheer heartbreak later on, I'm just gonna replace all that sand along the lip with concrete cubes. No? Wait, hang on, did I do that wrong? I don't know how to use this bloody thing anymore. I want to go one block further out. Go to there. There we go. That should work now. There you go. There you go. A nice little structurally sound brace around the whole joints. It may look silly, but that's definitely integral. Without that, none of this is going to work. So what I'll do now, I need to find the center point of this whole pit. That's why I wanted to build it as a square. It was like 15 by 15, wasn't it? So if I count 5 off this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks good. Yep, and then 5 off this side. What that's going to give me, probably should have been counting when I was placing blocks, that's 5 as well then. That's going to give me the center point, which is going to be right there. Nice and bloody easy. I happen to build right out of the center of the walls too. Because what I want, I need to find the center point. Because what I want is a 3 by 3 column in the middle so I can have a chute right down the guts of it to drop petrol bombs down. Over here, I only had a 2 by 2, so they were all clustering up down the bottom, but I had no way to access them. So with this, if I build a bomb chute right down the guts, then I can stand up the top of whatever column I build, drop some things down, and murder everyone down below nice and bloody easily. So this is where, rather than using the sheets like last time, I'm going to use plates because they're stronger than sheets and should give me a little bit more leeway for zombies coming down here and beating around for a bit. So that there is my center points, and all I want to do is get my rotation going, stick them up above again, and not clog up that center chute just there. Like that, and like that, and like that. Then all I have to do is continue building my my tower on top of that, and that's where I can stand to fight the Horde. But really, that's where I can stand for the Horde to come and be burned to cinders in a moment. I've built up that column to be the same height as the ring around the outside. I'm still going to need like spokes coming off that to hold it all together. And for another reason as well, I think just by kind of eyeballing this, I think at this size, if the floor blocks are destroyed, now there's all sorts of glitches with 7 days physics at the moment anyway, so putting those physics aside, if physics was working how they should, if the plate blocks down the bottom were broken, I want to try and make sure that this doesn't crumble with it. So, coming off of here, I'm going to build some things out to attach it to the side. I'll get to that in a moment, because what I want to do before I get ahead of time is just get myself a couple of Arlenes. Get a whole bunch of them, actually. Alright, that's probably more than I needed, but it should serve the purpose. How are we looking? Exactly what I wanted them to do. They're not attacking the walls. They can't get to me, but that's kicking them into destroy everything mode. But, I mean, you can't really see. There's approach spots. Some of them are going into destroy everything. Yep, that's fine. But basically, I want them to be huddling up under here, which for the most part, they seem to be. There's a couple of them taking swings at each other because they're getting in their way. That's how some accidental damage gets done to the plates, but all in all, nothing's happening. Nothing's bloody happening. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you, Arlene. That's all I needed from you. You could all now go off and meet your ethereal plane. Get rid of all of that. Nice. Okay, so with proof of concept done, now I can expand a bit more. The nice thing now is that now that we have like the main structure built, we can lead on some other concepts that we already know work perfectly well. Namely, the upside down wedge tips here with the half blocks on top. We know 100% guarantee that it's going to drop the zombies down. That's going to break their pathing. So that's nice and simple. If I need a way to lure zombies in and drop them somewhere repeatedly with almost no error, that's what I'm going to be building. So off of here, not in that menu, I need the wedge 60, I think it was. Yep, there you are there. And I'm just going to go. I can't build the normal doodle thing that I do in corridors because it's not an even number across. So I'm going to go like this, all the way along, all the way out to the side. Now, the good thing here, the walls are supported all the way down to bedrock. That's supported all the way down to bedrock because despite there being a gap, there's not actually a gap in the game's brain, not in its AI calculations. Go like that, build out from there. So this is all as stable as just solid concrete, which is lovely bloody dovely. That's going to work to drop the zombies down. In fact, you know what? In that case, let's give ourselves a little bit more room to maneuver. No point building ourselves into a claustrophobic hellhole. Let's give ourselves some space to breathe. Easy as a simple little zombie dropper that we've built a million times before, so no real concerns there. There is a block in the middle that I wouldn't mind them running out onto, so let's give it like a ramp. This could be any real block. I don't think it really matters all that much, but really all I want them to do, I don't want them to get stuck out here beating on the sides of these half blocks. I want them to run further into the dropper than they would otherwise. I just kind of thought that potentially a cooler looking thing would be to use those same wedgie boys. Give me that one, and I'll stick you up onto them. Or, no, not on face, actually. There might even be like a nice, I don't know, some sort of block that tapers into a point in more ways than just one, but I don't think there is one off the top of my head, so I'll just use these guys instead, like that. So that means that the zombies will see that. As far as they're concerned, everything here is solid concrete. They'll run to here and have to go left or right to make that work. I'll put up a barrier or something over there to stop them having a lucky jump and making it over, but that should drop the zombies down nice and easy. Let's test that as well before we get too far. Let's get a whole bunch of Arlenes again. Now they should run all the way around, which they are, get to them, and then go down below. It's not quite finished yet, so that any hiccups can be fixed, but who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? There's no bloody hiccups anywhere. All the zombies went down. They're all down below. Very upset with me. You can see the makings of what I'm building already. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. I feel like Avril Lavigne in the mid-2000s. I've got you wrapped around me finger. I'm going to make the design of this consistent with the corridor by using the beveled corner. Because over here, I really like how this looks with like the tapered tops at the top to kind of funnel the zombies together, but also make it look like it has more personality than a square. So I'm going to chuck those on the top as well. Always need a roof on these things just in case some zombies do start getting shoulder rides from their friends. Shoulder rides are super fun and stuff, but not really the time or place for it. That's all good. I'll actually just put... Well, that's alright, that's already the right rotation. Just put some half blocks in along the top. No stability issues, we're all fine, we're all good. So that's how the zombies get down. All I need now is a way for me to get over here, and we're sweet. And we already have the solution to that. We have Forcefield bridges, easy as. This is why, like, the arrow slot force fields are just so good. So effective and so handy for so many things. Because I can build this, just like that, which to you and me is a very viable and very easy walkway to get to the platform in the middle. But the zombies don't see that. So I can have that for me to get in and out of, but the zombies won't use it. Just to kind of prove what I'm saying. Chuck down some Arlenes right there. Even though they could run straight across there and get straight to me, she thought about it for a second, then decided, yeah, nah, mates. All the way around the long way and down into the pit. Let's just, like, let's get a whole bunch of them. Let's see if any of them will actually decide to use that bridge. I friggin' love the force field. It's one of my favorite things I've ever discovered in 7 Days to Die. It tickles me every time it works so well. That's working so well as well. Well, it wasn't until you decided to have a bit of a... Can you not? This isn't the time for the chin wag. There you go. Thank you. Oh, interesting. So we have a couple of them beating on the walls. That is what I was scared about or worried about. Only for a moment, though. Wow, you're really determined, though. That's fine. You'll go down eventually, too. Nothing really to worry about. Let that be a point of order that not everything goes right in testing all the time. Sometimes things do go wrong, but I'll leave it in. Why not? Why bloody not? Anyway, that... as is, I think will work just fine. Especially for like early hordes without any special zombies showing up. That would potentially, that could defeat the horde as is with one Molotov, which is what I wanted to do. Now, admittedly, I've overbuilt it for if you were just trying to do that. If that was your goal in mind, you wouldn't need the force field, wouldn't need like the nice canopy over the zombie dropper either. You barely even need half of this stuff, really. It's kind of like over-engineered for future hordes down the road. But I reckon if I ran a horde to that right now, that would work a treat. But before I do, just because I am a flapping galah at the best of times and will definitely fall down that fire pit into the waiting arms and mouths of the zombies down below, I'm instead gonna get myself... Oh, I wasn't gonna go the regular sheet, but I kind of like the look of that. Now let's go. Oh, yeah, okay, we'll go that one. We'll go that one because it's new and exciting. I'm going to chuck that down around like, come on, go the right way for me. There we go, go flat like that. Flat as attack, you can't really see it, but all that does is add a block above the floor so I can go and get some of the new shutters. Let's get the iron ones like you, and I can now stick that onto you. I'll put more of those little thin bits down to hold it in more than one place. But I can now stick that there. It's actually supported by that block. If that was gone, the shutter would go too. Yep, there you go. You want to get out of my hole, please? Thank you. Chuck you back down. Chuck you back down. Gotta build the supports for it. Maybe invisible, but still very important. Before I do run a horde, I just want to see if any of these blocks have been damaged at all. Oh no. 1 HP damage on a piece of concrete. That's a bit of a problem. A couple of little cracks, little chips have been taken out of the concrete down here by those accidental swings, but nothing really... Oh, there's another one there. Nothing really concerning at all. Like, yeah, it's really only... Even with all those Arlenes, there was like, what, maybe 25, 30 Arlenes fanging about down here. Even with all of them clattering each other in the jaw, they still only did minute amounts of damage, so not worried about it one iota. Oh, there we go. All of this is mostly fine. They were having a tickle on one of these, weren't they? Or not. Alright, no whackers then. Sick. Well, I think this is as much of an idea that needs to be to flesh out or to test just one horde. There's more I want to do to it, but as a proof of concept, in fact, even as a base as it is, I think this is going to work a treat. This is fine. One last thing, actually, before I run the horde through it, just because I get this as a comment quite a lot, especially on anything to do with force fields. Spider zombies. Now, clearly there's nothing stopping a spider zombie jumping across here, which is a bit of a problem, but the important thing to know about spider zombies is they'll only do that jump if they can land directly next to you. It's like a jump attack as opposed to a pathing jump. They won't jump over something like in, you know, in the force field. They won't jump over the force field just to path from somewhere else. They'll only do that if they can land next to you. So I will come back and build a wall around this to stop the spider zombies jumping next to me. If they try, they'll splatter against the wall and slide down like a pickle on a window and Macca's and end up down the bottom anyway. I'll build that after the first horde. I just want to run day 7 horde because that's my best chance to kill them all with 1 Molotov before I start running bigger and harder stuff. Here we go, the horde isn't too far away, and I'm almost all prepared, but what I need, I was gonna say a bunch of, but no, I'm just gonna take 1 Molotov, which should be pretty easy to get in a whole week of 7 days. Normally you get these for rewards or in loot or whatnot. Not too hard to come across at least 1 Molotov. So we'll see if this build can give us the power to kill an entire horde with 1 petrol bomb. I have, by the way, turned the zombies down. Normally in this world they're at 64 zombies, but they're down to just the default 8 zombies for this one, even though I am a very high level. So who knows what's going to show up, but I'm pretty sure a Molotov will just kill anything that shows up regardless, so we'll see how we go. Here they all come though. Oh, there is, yeah, more coming than I wanted, but definitely doable, I think. As long as I set them all on fire in one go, we should be fine. Down you all go. I know it's a small horde, but we're just testing some things at the moment. Down you go too. Is that everybody? Has everybody boarded the death train? I don't think there's any others. Alright, well, this is going to have to do then. Try not to fall down there, please, Josh. Light the fuse. Lob it down. Hold on to that for me, would you, please? We'll see if that's going to kill them all. Pop out my body just to get a first-person view of all the carnage. They're all on fire. They should all die. Done. Done. Thank you very much for sacrificing your bodies to the cause. Whole wave of horde, done and dusted with 1 Molotov. There's probably more spawning in somewhere. Yes, there is, because my level's so high. But usually for like a regular day 7 horde, there'll be 1 wave of it. And we're done and dusted with that. Oh, that's going to be a problem though. I need to build my walls. So clearly that was just 1 wave of the horde. Normally there's multiple waves, except for the early hordes where only 1 wave will show up and that would be fine. But if you're taking out 1 whole wave of zombies per Molotov, that's horrendously efficient. That's really taking the piss at some like damage ratios there. But either way, I just realized this might get Molotovs nerfed. Sorry everyone if that happens, but now that I've done that, I want to try and progress this design a little bit further. So not just be something quick and easy you can chuck together in not too long. The biggest issue here is just digging a pit. That's why I normally build up above the ground. Digging takes a long time and I try to avoid it. But you have the pit, you have this. Oh, there's a wolfie out there as well. That's fine, bud. Don't mind me, just on the construction site over here. But now I want to build the rest of it to defend against cops, defend against spiders, and make sure this is secure as possible. I'm going to grab these cube half corners because this is not a very big platform. Like, admittedly, you could live here if you wanted to. I would probably have a base somewhere else and use this purely as a horde fighting platform, but that's fine. Because it's a bit small and I want as much room in here as possible, I'm going to use half blocks to make the walls, because the key here, I'm gonna test the cop vomit, but it used to be, and it should still be, that cops will only vomit at you if they can see you. Kind of like the spider zombie jumps, it's a jump attack. The vomit attack, they're not just gonna do it just to destroy stuff, just all willy-nilly. So if I can keep out of sight from them, that should keep me safer. I could put windows in to fight them out and about out there, but that's just gonna make me and my base at risk. We'll chuck all of you in like that, all the way around to easy, and then grab the Harvey Boy cubes, chuck you up on the wall as well. You don't have to be thick, you just have to be strong and opaque. I just had a thought. I was putting in these like quarter blocks here to fill up that gap there and make it all nice and rounded, but I think a little bit of contingency planning probably isn't a terrible idea. So I'm gonna grab, what were they? They were pillar these things, the 0.025 meter double pillars, which we found out in the clock tower series is the tits. Go like this and we'll chuck you in like that. There we go, all the way along, just so if they do manage to make it through, they're not going to make it through into my little compound in here. That's going to stop them. I could melee through that if I really wanted to, but more importantly, I can attack through there and kill them should I need to. I could probably also, if I really want to make this like basically an AFK base but with some Molotovs, I could block this up and put in like a door or something, some way not to completely block the zombies' access point. Although to be perfectly honest, they could only come through here anyway because it's the only way that they can see to path across. Because yeah, as far as they're concerned, even though there's the Forcefield is there, there is no way for them to get across to me other than through there. So I could really block this up if I really wanted to. Just for me, because I like watching them fall to their doom, I'll leave it open. But that's all good like that. And then on this side, there is now, I haven't used them yet. Where are they? Where are ya? Yeah, here we go. There's the new roller doors, which come in 5x4, 7x4, and 3x3. Give me the 3x3 ones. I will grab the purple one, because of bloody course we're going to. Wait, which way's which? I want it to face the other way. Yeah, like that. There we go. There we go. Got a door on this side. Keep me nice and secure and safe. Gonna open up and get inside when I need to. Close it behind me. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. That's basically it. We'll get some spiders and cops and see how it reacts to it. But I think, other than a roof, I think that's good to go. There we go. There's me just hanging out my little cube over here. And now that I look at this base from distance, I am digging it. It's looking really bloody good. Nice and symmetrical from this angle anyway. And bloody efficient, which, what more could you ask for? So out this side though, where they can't see me because of the door, I'm gonna grab, let's get some spider boys. Spider. Let's get 5 of you and let's get some feral cops as well. Get your attention and get you over here. Now, none of you should vomit and none of you should jump. Just make your way around to the front like everyone else. Is that because of these though? Like, they're all going down fine. You can see the spiders don't jump. They will vomit once they actually get a look at me though, so... Okay. These poles, I think, are doing me a disservice. They've now given up and moved around to go the regular way. They will vomit only when they see me though. Kind of like backing up what I was saying before, that they will only vomit at me or jump at me if they can see me or land next to me. So, okay. I'm going to get rid of these things. I think putting these things in has made them think that, because basically, they can either break that block to get to me or break that block to get to me. They're now thinking of destroying stuff rather than having an easy pass. So I'm gonna get rid of these and that should fix that little issue out there. How much damage did they actually do? Ooh, 500 damage before they gave up and moved around. 400 on you. All right. Don't put any barricades in. That's probably fair enough then. That should be better now. It'd be nice if everything just worked for me first time, wouldn't it? Although I shouldn't complain. Normally, it's pretty close too. Let's try another couple of cops because the spiders didn't care. Are you guys going to move around? There we go. Okay. So it was just those. Don't put those pillars in. Just put up a... don't put up a wall either. Just leave it open. If you need some protection, chuck in like... I don't know, some other block back here. Don't go all the way across, don't build a wall, but just like, what have we got? Let's get our plates back again. I'll just show you what I mean rather than try to badly explain it. So if I go, and chuck up a little wall like that. That's going to block their eye line. They can't see me over here. I can hang out there. So when the cops come all the way around, actually, because I'm out of view, they should just drop down. It's a bit of a bold prediction. We'll see how we go. He's taking a tickle. Ooh, I might have to do something about these things here. But they're not stopping and vomiting. They're just trying to destroy stuff to get to me. Okay, that's fine. Don't clog up the entryway. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. Just gonna chuck on a roof because I'm pretty sure we're ready to go to really put this through its paces. I am really curious, so before I put a big horde down it, I'm curious at how many zombies can like one Molotov kill? If they're all clustered together and all get set on fire, how much damage can you really expect to do? I'll just fill you up with concrete blocks on the top and put some spikes down for vultures and whatnot because they're pretty easy to deal with. I like it. I like it a lot. It's like a hut above a sea of fire. Oh, I forgot to do this bit as well, actually, down here. So before I do that, put down some ramps under here to get all the nice lines working for me. We'll go on face. Yep, like that. Lovely. Yeah, look at that. That looks way better. Got some nice, curvy, sleek lines, which everyone enjoys, especially in base aesthetics. So that's all good. Now, what's going to spawn a lot of Arlene's down in the pit, but instead, I'm going to make sure that this does work how I want it to. So give me... more than that. All right, that's a good amount of Arlene's. I think that's a good nestling of them. They're all going around. We're all good. We're all dandy, and they're all going down as well. I also want to make sure they don't actually make it across here, which none of them seem to be. There's a bit of a pile happening on that side though. Might need to consider putting in some ramp blocks to stop them piling up and getting over the top. But other than that, they've lost it. They got bored of trying to find me and try to go a different way. Come on, everybody come down, please. Stop tickling the walls and get down to the bottom of it. That is a lot. That is a lot of Arlene's. Okay, well, that's all of them, though. So let's get out of you. Let's give myself some Molotovs. Here we go. And just whack them down the hole. Open you. How? Oh, God. And that is why, apparently, not even shutters can keep me safe. Throwing it down like that. I might need to reconsider how this hole works, but I think I did still set fire to a bunch of clowns down the bottom, did I? No, I didn't. All right, well, let's try that again. I would like to cut all that out, but I'm going to leave it in to laugh at myself. Damn it, me. Get it down the bloody hole. I don't know why I can't do it. I don't know why I'm struggling so much at this. There. Molotov. Straight down. There you go. I have to re-figure out how that's going to work up the top, but all of those bumps are on fire. That is a lot of burning zombies. Are you all going to die in one? Please. There goes one. There goes some more. Oh my God, that was so weirdly satisfying. Oh man, I've got this game by the balls. So it turns out there is a flaw for this base, and it is 100% user error. If you're a clown like me and can't get a Molotov into the hole properly, then you might have some issues. But assuming I hit that Molotov first time, nothing bad would have happened there. So I'll put my hand up and say that is my bad. But the desired design of this base, the effectiveness of this base is through the roof, and I'm loving it. And I think actually, just to make my life hopefully a little safer, I'll get rid of you and get rid of you, those invisible shutter holders on the side, and I'll grab this one instead, because at least then when it opens up, it might look kind of nice. In fact, ooh, I kind of like that. Let's get rid of that side and that side as well, so at all times, even when the hatches are closed, there's still a nice obvious chute here of do not cross this line or you'll cinder yourself to death. Right, can I do it better this time? Give me those Molotovs back. How did I do that so badly? How did I cook that so much? I don't know. I used to be good at Molotovs. No, that's a lie, actually. I'm even worse now than I used to be, though. How do I get you down there without cooking myself? There we go. Why did you do that the first time? I take it back. I decided I didn't like having that, catch can in the middle, because when you're not fighting the horde, that would be kind of annoying and inconvenience. I also want to... The last couple of design changes I want to do to this, ooh, is going to be interesting. I want to, kind of block up that, but not too much, just so I can, hide my body on the sides while they're all dropping down. Could I go? In fact, that's just like a half block there. So let's get like the wedge 60s. Grab you and we'll go on face that way. All the way up, actually. All the way up. Yep, there, there, and there. Same goes big nose. There, there, and there. I think that should still path normally for them. I might actually have to change... Ooh, yeah, okay. I'll change that block and stick you like that. And change you to be... This is all kind of like over and above. I'm not sure you'd actually have to do this, but it's just a scratching my itch in the back of my own brain so I don't feel like I've left something undone. I need the dick block that I used in the corridor. Where are you? I can never find it when I need you. Where the heck? I've lost it. It's lost in the sea of shapes. That's the one. That's the one I needed. I couldn't find it because I typed in wedge 60, but that one is just wedge inside corner base for its real, like proper name. Go on face up the top to you. Spin you around like that and spin you around like that. And all that's going to do is just make sure that the zombies can see a path all the way along to the end there. They shouldn't be able to use it, I don't think. I'm pretty confident they can't. The roof is too low for them to jump. Now we should be fine. But it also gives me a little, like, pocket over here to hide in. Nice and safe, like we're inside a kangaroo's pouch from all of the zombies. I'll make sure they still path the way I want them to. Please come all the way around, Arlene. All the way through, all the way fine. I'm nice and safe on that side. They still path, they still drop, they're still good to go. And I can still throw a couple of Molotovs down. Let's try this again. Probably badly. Damn it! I'm so bad at that. I need to find a way to get good. The base is good. I am not. One more try. One more try. I'm floating in air. That's not going to help me at all. Easy. Easy. There you go. Right, now that I've figured out badly how to work a Molotov, they're all gonna die. I can close that and let them burn. Lovely dovely. It's time for a big horde. Horde Knights rolling in again. Easy as. I would love, it'd be so much easier to use Molotovs and not burn off your own shins. Because you don't have to light it now. In Alpha 20 you have to light the fuse before you throw it. But if you could like throw a Molotov like that and then like detonate it like that, that would be wonderful. Or even like, but I haven't even tested this. If I get like a pipe bomb, grab you, and if I throw you down, because you're much easier to use and not set yourself on fire, do you detonate the Molotov as well? No. Okay, well, never mind then. I'll take my bloody Molotov back. Right, so we should be pretty good to go, I think. I'll close you again so that I accidentally fall into my own trap. There is probably actually a way. Depends on the collision of the Molotovs. In fact, maybe, ooh, hang on, maybe that's where those pillar 025s can come from, can work for me. If I stick you and stick you up on the top level, like, in fact, the other bonus is that would even hold in your, whatchamacallit, your shutters there as well. No, I can still fall through it. Okay, never mind. It's too much of a risk for no reason. Get rid of it. Here we go. Horde Knight has started. I'm going to pop out of my body real quick to see the zombies running in. Make sure their AI is turned on, which it is. They're all cruising over. It's a bit dark outside because I am inside, which makes it a bit hard to see. So even though it's a day one horde, I've got max zombies turned on, so we should have quite a cluster underneath. There should be more zombies than ever really need to deal with. Oh, I forgot to fix this thing. Okay, wait 2 seconds. I'm hoping that this will work out for me. I've shortened the dropper just a little bit by 1 block so they can't actually beat on the walls from this side. They can't reach it. They have to come down here. And I think it should still work. They should still see that as a viable option. But more importantly, these blocks here, let's see if we get a better angle. That block there is, in the game's mind, attached to there. So all of this is still connected, still strung across the pit. So I'm hoping if the pillar down below breaks, everything will still stay up. I'll test that at the very end, by the way, and make sure of it. But that should work out fine. Just to make sure I am right about that, though, let's get a couple of Arlenes out there. Go inside a little hole, get their attention, and bring them over. Gonna drop down for me. Yep, nope, still works perfectly. Just a little slow on that one. Okay, let's try the horde again. This is going to be a reasonably long episode, I think, but we've explored a lot of options and gone through pretty in depth on how to build this thing. So, as like a build guide, it should work out pretty well. I apologize for the long video, though, if that's not what you wanted. Here we go. Lots of zombies coming through. Now, please don't tickle me walls again. Straight in, straight down. He took a shortcut. Good on you. In fact, some of them were taking shortcuts, getting a bit clogged up over there. Come on, everyone. Where are you going? Jesus Christ, are you Manny the Mammoth? You're going the wrong way. The migration's going through. Oh, whatever. Okay, fine. You want to die in the snow? Be my guest. Pick up a sloth along the way. They're all down there. They're all grouping up nicely. Couple of errant swings, but nothing too bad just yet. They're all also crawling, which is probably helping the cause considerably. Mo's going the wrong way too. All right, that looks like a pretty decent chunk of zombs. All right, come on, Josh. Don't bin it. Don't bin it. Don't bin it. Didn't bin it. They're all going to burn to death. Let's have a gander down below and see how it's going. Look at them all. One Molotov. They're showing up to the party late and missing out on the punch. One Molotov is going to kill all of them. It feels good, man. It feels good. That's worked an utter treat. And in fact, even so, like the two Mo's are still alive because they came in late, but they'll have some friends to burn within a second. Oh, it's like a koala sanctuary. One gets the sizzle, they all get the sizzle. Chlamydia's running rampant down here. I'm deliberately leaving them down there for quite a while just to see if they do, like, oh, here we go. If they do some damage. That's got a couple of scripts and scrapes on it. The zombies piling on top of each other doesn't make me feel especially awesome. Potentially maybe even like a deeper pit with some ramps going up to the main pillar there might be the way to go, but that might be a bit more of a risk than I'm willing to do. As long as they all stay down, we even like build that out to be flatter up the top so they can't get up onto the sides. That might work even better again. But even with them actually having opportunities to damage some blocks, really not much is happening. Yep, okay, that's about enough for me. Let's get the old mollies out again. Try not to bin it again, Josh. You saw it last time. ScoMo's in the chutes. Hold on to that for me, buddy boy. There you go. I feel sorry for everyone underneath you because the stench of your gooch would be nauseating if they had any sensories left. They're all dying. That's all good. There is something so satisfying about that. A Molotov is what, 30 bucks? 20,000 experience for one Molotov. Oh, this is tickling me. This is giving me the fizz like a fresh bottle of soft drink. I feel like I do need to put out the stipulation that no, this isn't a true AFK base. Eventually, if you do nothing, eventually they will destroy the plates down here, or the block there, or whatever, and it will likely crumble, assuming the physics is working properly. If it's not, then yes, congratulations, it's an AFK base. But if you still have to defend this by dropping one Molotov when there's enough zombies down there, whenever it suits you. You have to wait for a big crew. You know, it's a big crew now, but you can just drop Molotovs consistently and burn a couple of them at a time. But you do need to defend this at least a little bit. But, oh, this makes it easier than harvesting a plum tree. This is wonderful. I've also discovered a new type of base heating as well. No more bog standard underfloor heating with like water and stuff. No one's got time for that. This is new, green, underfloor zombie heating. Just set fire to your foes and warm your toesies. I am yet to see any major issues with this. I'll leave them down there for the moment, just let them tickle it for a little bit longer. If you're gonna build this though, and you're wondering what blocks to upgrade to steel, if you have steel, a limited amount of it, it's gonna be the plates down the bottom, clearly. That's a big structural component down there. Anything below like that ramp block, so like the main pillar and the plates, that should be steel. Probably the blocks, like the bottom blocks in here should be steel too. The arrow slots as well, should you feel like it, but mainly this bit here, that is the key to everything staying up. Like, we could just burn all these guys to the ground again, just because it's fun to watch them sizzle for a bit. Like, I've gone to Bunnings on a Saturday, I've come for the sausage sizzle, though the sausages are slightly out of date, I think. You're doing some damage up there, actually, ScoMo. So yeah, maybe an apron down the bottom if you're going to leave them for as long as I am, an apron down the bottom to keep them away from piling up like that. Just something like, if I grab, oh, they're all falling down. I've frozen my game by trying to grab some blocks. Copy shape and copy rotation. Just something like that would probably do the trick just to stop them piling up on top of each other. I'll get rid of you for now though, just because you're in the way. That's all good. That's worked an utter peach. I don't think I need to add anything more to that. You could add more like zombie drops and more arrow slots should you want to, if you want to at all. That's fine, but just as it is, for simplicity's sake, this is fine, and I adore it. I can absolutely see this pit just getting basically filled with loot, given how many zombies, the sea of zombies, you're gonna be burning to death. But I suppose to get down here, the easy way to do it would just be to grab a ladder. Grab you. I'll just explain it now because I'm here anyway. Could put it on the side, I'll just put it there for some reason, and build it down so it's 2 blocks above the bottom. That means zombies can't use it, and also build it from the outside, so if they do try and escape, well, they're just going to go back and fall down again anyway, so nothing really too concerning about that. But to wrap this up, I need to see what's going to happen if the zombies got lucky, or if you managed to tickle the nips of a demo. I don't know, I'd be shooting down there anyway, but if you do explode a bomb in your horde base, what's going to happen? Generally, it's not advisable to explode bombs in your horde base, but if you did, what's going to happen to us? I'm just going to break these blocks at the bottom here. I mean, most of it's gone, it's still standing. This is the one that counts, though. Oh, yep, there it goes. The spokes on the side didn't work for me, as to be expected, I suppose. Well, that would be kind of bad. Try not to let the zombies break your column down below, but as you saw, even with all those zombies and the accidental strikes they were making, not a lot of damage. If you're throwing Molotovs consistently, you don't really have much to worry about, I wouldn't think. Or, you know, if that seems like too much of a challenge, so there's lots of other bases you could use that still kick the dick out of the zombie AI, left, right, and center. But I'm going to have to leave this episode here overlooking a pit of rubble and crumbled dreams. Before that, though, that worked amazingly well. I had confidence in the idea of it because it's relying on the ideas we've seen before, but working that well, clustering that many zombies, and one Molotov doing that much damage, oh, it's good. Oh, it's good. I'd love if Molotovs had a longer burn time on the ground too, so you could throw one down and let the rest of the zombies congregate down there in the flames and then get burned to death later. But either way, as it is now, oh, it works great. It's gone a lot better than even I thought that it would. But I'm going to have to leave this video here. There are more bases that I want to build and more things I want to test and more fun designs I want to have a play with. So there will be more base build videos coming out soon. So hey, if that is something you want to see, if you want to see me break the game, consider giving a tickle to the subscribe button. But I'm going to have to come back and build those bases in the next episode because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons of Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button down below, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.